Hey YouTube, coming at you with a Great League team submitted by Jason. Yeah, Jason submits all the time, so thank you for that. I do appreciate these submissions. If you want to submit your battles, link in the description. Feraligatr, Furret, clodsire. Hey Dan, was pretty tired when playing, so I didn't play that well. Made some mistakes. Did still get good results with the team. All three mons are safe and spammy, so it's easy and fun to play with. Also off camera, I got 20 and 4 with it or something. Gator and Clodsire cover each other's weakness as well. For at safe swap, most of the time I will just try and get ahead on energy because all these Pokemon benefit from an energy advantage more than switch. Yeah, that's true. So this team, I looked at this team just as soon as I saw the three. Whenever people submit, I kind of look at the three Pokemon like, okay, is this just a fun team? Is it just to showcase one Pokemon, or is it like a strong team? And I looked at this team, I'm just like, oh yeah, all three of these Pokemon are super meta. So I kind of like that. Like I do think that. I think also identifying correctly, this team puts on a lot of pressure your opponent. Shadow Claw is a good fast move already. And then you have the, I'm sorry, that sevens are really bothering me. Let's move those over. And then you have, so Claw and Hydro Cannon can put on pressure. Sucker Punch in itself is a good move, and then Swift comes pretty quick, or you boost that Sucker Punch. And then you have Clodsire with the Poison Sting is just fast charging to a Sludge Bomb or Earthquake. So very spammy Pokemon. Good bulk on Clodsire, decent on Furret, spam, yeah, coverage all around, safe swap. So I do think this team actually covers a lot of the checkboxes that you want on a team. Primeape. Primeape is actually a tough one because, okay, that they threw that too fast and they made that obvious. They got to at least go to 5 to make it look like a close combat, but they're just going straight for the Rage Fist boost. Going to throw one before they get to the second Rage Fist, knowing that they're just going to try and Rage Fist through this matchup. It's how you can shield and grab another one, but I think the reason that they did Rage Fist is because they can easily just 2v1 shield you here. So I do like getting this off, but you're going to go down here, and you have to go down. You cannot give up switch here because they can just bank, so they're not, which is good. My concern was they would just bank this and reset, and then you potentially have Furret on this in the back in the ending. But they did manage to stay, they did stay in, and you're getting a move off, so that's kind of lucky. Maybe they don't have a good answer to Clodsire in the back here. Azumarill. Okay, not the best answer. You think they would have a better answer to something that was just fighting, but Azumarill's out here taking a super effective Sludge Bomb. Does have Ice Beam. Bubble is super effective as well. What are we going to do? We're going to let this go. Are we going to try to catch a move, or are we just going to try to Trailblaze before they get to move? We're going to both try and catch. They have Clodsire in the back, so going to get to the Hydro. This is going to be really nice chip damage. I think they could probably still Poison Sting down from this range, though, which means they're going to be loaded with energy coming out. Going to respect the Earthquake. It is just a Sludge Bomb, so I would probably want to get this off quick. Yeah, I don't want to take another move if I don't have to. So you're going to get the Swift off. Again, Swift providing a lot of pressure from when you get same type attack bonus on it. They'll get to move. Furret will live, and even a Hydro, you'd live from this range. So you're going to live anything. Get to the Trailblaze. Would you live a Hydro from that range? That Ice Beam did more than I thought it would for non-stab, but do live relatively easy with that. Take him out with the move, with the Trailblaze. Okay. Good lead. Reggie. So not even going to fake. This is already kind of like, yeah, I don't like what you're doing here. So I think I can like almost see it in your brain what happened there. And it was hesitation mixed with, I don't know what, yeah, hesitation mixed with trying to figure out what the right move is. Reggie comes in. You don't have an immediate answer for Reggie. So you're staying with Feraligatr, being like, Claw is neutral. But then by the time you're getting to Hydro Cannon, you're like, oh, maybe I can bait Ice Beam. But then as you're getting to Hydro Cannon, you're like, ooh, this Dragon Breath damage is adding up more on my Feraligatr than I would have wanted it to. So I need to like chip and dip. But you can't chip with a resisted move. I mean, you can chip it with a resisted move, but you got to at least fake it. So you either need to go to the Ice Beam. I don't care if you fake the Hydro Cannon, like throw the Hydro Cannon in the ending, but you got to at least fake the Ice Beam. So you need to go to the Ice Beam at least and go from there. Or you, yeah, I was going to say, I understand your concern because Furret and Clodsire, I don't know what the different shield scenarios are. So energy advantage Reggie, you don't have an immediate answer, I would at least maybe, the way I'd play it, I think, would be go to Ice Beam, either grab the shield with Ice Beam, or take it out, or just bait Hydro Cannon and then bail. And if they let it go, then you can easily take it with whatever Pokemon. In this case, Clodsire. So Clodsire's in, eats the Dragon Energy, does about 50%. Gonna get to the Sludge Bomb. This will, if it doesn't take it out, it's gonna put it pretty close. Okay, it does take it out. In comes the feraligatr, and they're gonna get to a move here. They threw right away, so that's good. I would obviously get my Furret on this. Claws resisted. Eventually they come in with their Clodsire. I think, yeah, excuse me. I think just based on pacing alone, given how fast you get to the Hydros, it's just worth, I think, shielding up, knowing that you, even though you're behind on energy, you can potentially outpace in like the 2 shield scenario here, especially that they went Earthquake right away. And there you go to the second move. And then now you can figure out what you want to do here. Is it worth shielding? I don't know. When they have a Hydro loaded, this seems like a snipe scenario here. And they did not get a move off. You did get into Trailblaze, but they could be close to at least one for sure. Maybe close to a second one. And unfortunately for them, if they got 2, that Sucker Punch is going to register and take them out. So only 1 Hydro is going to land here. And getting off the Swift. And can we get another one? No, they're going to get to a move, but dumping energy. I think you should be able to get to a Hydro. I mean, I feel like I would have just let that. Once you got that second shield, I feel like Furret with the energy and shield advantage could have swept pretty easy, but I mean, you won in the ending. Okay, if it's Thunderfang Steelix, just getting out right away into Furret as the safe swap. Gonna take a move. Psychic Fangs, Break and Swipe. Psychic Fangs lowers your defense. They're probably going to come into something Sableye. So Trailblaze is neutral. Shadow Claw's resisted, so it's not really like a great answer here, which means you could easily flip switch. And I 100% agree with this. You are fighting for switch 100% here because Clodsire as a ground will resist the electric. So I think you just commit the double shield and farm down here. Yep. That's what I would do. So farm down, come out with energy. You just flip switch. If they come back in with Steelix, you can throw a Trailblaze that's already boosted here. This will do good chip. And then you have Clodsire alignment, and then we'll see what's in the back here. So do chip. That's fine. Psychic Fangs is super effective on Clodsire, but okay. So coming in with feraligatr. My only concern is they're probably going to have an answer for Clodsire in the back. Yeah, like that, you've got to kind of be aware of that. Like, they're going to have an answer for ground. In general, they should have an answer for ground if you're running Steelix on the front. Now, this isn't the most amazing answer for it, quite honestly, but for ground in general, because you can get like a Marowak and this would just be an evenish matchup. But Malamar is with the Psy Wave doing super effective on Clodsire. And now do get the Claw down. How much do they have left on the... I guess not a lot. So they still managed to take the win. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, indeed. So Greninja. Claw and Hydro resisted, but Hydro just does so much, as you can see there. Furret Sucker Punch was resisted, and Clodsire would take super effective from the Hydros. So you're going to get outpaced here, but you don't really have a choice. This is kind of a core breaker. It's one of those Pokemon. It's like, yes, Greninja can beat all these Pokemon and would cause this team a lot of problems. How many Greninjas are you going to see in a typical Great League? Probably not many. Gonna respect the Hydro Cannon. They eventually get into Clodsire. Gonna just go with the Swift. Going for the second Swift here. It's going to take 3 to take out here, especially not being boosted with the Trailblaze. if it's an earthquake, so be it. I think you need to kind of save shields for... are we going to try and catch? Yeah, tried to catch on the... did not work. Tried to catch on the feraligatr, and then they tried to catch, and they do catch on the desktops. Oh, brutal. Well, at least they're... Why are you getting out? Well, I guess clodsire would get killed by it. Okay. So, two things. Furret is one of those ones where I don't know the right play in the first, whether you throw Trailblaze to boost your attack right away. I know in a couple submissions that have happened over the past week, I've seen where people I think are playing it wrong. And where you play it wrong is if you need, let's say they only have like one Pokemon left. They got one Pokemon left, you have just Furret left. I've seen people at times go Trailblaze and then have to throw a Swift anyways when two Swifts would have done it. If two Swifts are going to take it out, just take it out with two Swifts. You don't need to boost your attack and then take it out with a Swift. If you're in that scenario with clodsire, where it would otherwise take three Swifts, I'm trying to think if a boosted Trailblaze, if a Trailblaze that boosts your Sucker Punch, would that put it into one Swift range and then Sucker Punch range? I'm not hot. So I can't even talk about that. I understand. Well, I was going to say, I sort of understand why you top left because you have a Clodsire against Dusclops, and Dusclops is going to get energy, but Fred double resists the Hex, so I bet you could have put on some pressure to do some damage there and then Earthquake it potentially to take it out, but I think that was more of a pretty quick exit, more of a quick exit than I would have done, but I like the idea of a catch, but clearly did not work out there. Okay, Hydro Cannon on the Forretress. Tried to make a catch here. Do make a catch. Hopefully it's Bug Buzz. It is Rock Tomb. Oh yeah, or Rock Tomb, so that's resisted. But do have an answer. That's not surprising. Again, this is one of those... I don't know about this catch. When you see a Bug Bite user on the front, if I was a Bug Bite user on the front in GBL, Great League in particular here, no, I think, okay, this is resisted. If they're counting, they're just going to now take this and just fire more. Oh, trying to just save it. I guess it's resisted here. Okay, back to my thought. If you're in the lead with a Bug Bite Forretress, I mentioned multiple times how Bug is resisted by like 7 things. Ghost, Flying, Fairy, Poison. So it's got a few resistances. You got to try and cover all those. And if I'm running a Bug Bite user, for sure in this meta, I'm covering a Poison weakness, my Poison, and I'm covering Ghost. Those are the two those are the two that I'm covering if I'm using like a Bug Bite user. So catching on a Poison Pokemon just seems like a recipe for getting answered to. Like that they're gonna have an answer for that. So I don't know about that. Do have shield advantage. Okay, I missed the rest of the thing. You still won, so in the end, great. Dedenne here. Ooh, Dedenne. Try it. Oh, you're gonna lose CMP. They're going to boost their attack. Or, sorry, defense. Furret's Sucker Punch is resisted. And if you come Clodsire, they probably have an answer for Clodsire in the back. I think you're maybe trying to try and catch here anyways. I don't hate this catch because you... Here's why I don't hate this catch. You know that they're throwing right on CMP. You're going to lose CMP if you stay in this matchup. So I don't hate it. What are they doing? Just banking a crap ton of energy? They're going to have an answer for you. Like, that's expected. They're 100% going to have a ground answer if they're running more P.E.K.K.A. Or else it's a terrible team comp. So being able to catch that and still do okay in this mid-match here is not the worst case scenario. Can you live a Sparkling Aria? Going to commit the shield when Dedenne is loaded. Sparkling Aria is resisted, but Dedenne is loaded and we know it wins CMP. So you burn shields to just get sniped here with energies. I think you're maybe over jumping now. I know you're getting Clodsire back on here, and you could just honestly Everything's resisted here, so, well, player F still chips, so maybe it is worth throwing, but Stampede is kind of rough here. Do take it out. Credillia in the back has acid, so at least that is resisted. Very resisted, I think. Resisted on the ground and on the poison, so gonna save that Pokemon. And chipped it enough that is now probably just in Trailblaze range. Even if they Rock Tomb you, I think this is still Trailblaze range. It does have a shield, which means it probably uses it and then takes you out here. So here comes the move. Does take you out. You can maybe get to a Sludge Bomb here. Losing CMP. It was a tough lead. I don't mind the first catch. I do think I mind you getting out of that clodsire matchup, just burning a shield to then get in feraligatr, which just got sniped with energy. It seems like such a waste of it seems like a waste of a shield and waste of energy to me in that scenario. Hydro Cannon there into Drapeon. Drapeon takes the first Hydro. Crunch is gonna hurt, yeah. So shielding up a potential crunch. What are you gonna do? You don't really have a thing you can catch crunch on anyways, so gonna try to catch the crunch on clodsire. They do end up throwing Aqua Tail. Maybe they're gonna get another Aqua Tail off here to put you into the yellow and maybe just force you to throw energy, because it's being aggressive poison down before they get to another move here. Yeah, you have to throw it, so they're gonna get to another Aqua Tail, but I think the damage is done. Yeah, Drapeon did its job. Grabbed the shield and took you to the deep yellow on clodsire. Do you get a move off? You've already thrown Sludge Bomb, so it's not surprising that that they let that go, because they know you don't have Rock Tomb, or not Rock Tomb, Stone Edge. Do you end up shielding move here? They're gonna have at least one fly. They're pretty close to a second already too. They do just go Brave Bird to one shot you here, so you have to come for it. But I'm gonna try and burn the switch timer a little bit. What's in the back? Blastoise. So I would just go straight Trailblaze. I don't think there's a point of baiting here when it's only 2 and then 1 extra. I think you just hit it with the move. Yeah, so that lands and then tried to catch and did not work. So you just lowered your attack again. That's tough. Stunfisk. So clodsire is obviously I was gonna say it's a great answer. It's not a good answer. It's got resisting and then his super effective moves as well. So tried to make a catch on the discharge here, thinking they're gonna throw discharge on against feraligatr. In the end, catch a mud bomb, which this thing is probably pretty loaded and it's gonna have at least another 1, maybe 1.5 here. So by the time you get to Earthquake, you're gonna probably see close to a third here. So if they want to, this is a very easy shield and then spam you out here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So they do shield, knowing that it's going to take Sludge Bomb is resisted, Stone Edge is resisted. You have to throw the Earthquake. They did burn 2 shields, and Hydro is super effective, but they're going to get one of those right back here. Stupid pancake. Okay. Do take it out finally with the Hydro Cannon. I assume they'll take it out from this range. You're non-shadow though. No, so it lives with like a couple HP. Wow, Stunfisk putting in some work to be met with Jump Pluff in the back. So using 2 shields when you have, I'm guessing, 2 bulkier Pokemon in the back. So Jump Pluff easily takes that Swift. I assume it's just going to go straight Acrobatics. I don't see a reason to bait here. I think it just tries to do as much chip damage or grab that second shield from you. So Energy Ball. Okay, so maybe you're not running Acrobatics, maybe you're running Energy Ball Aerial Ace. But here comes the second move. It is just an Aerial Ace. Gonna get to the Swift. If they shield, you kind of have to instant swap or else they're going to farm you down here. Oh, actually, that took you out anyways. Corsola in the back. Kind of lucky. They don't have shields. You're going to have to shield up their charge move. But I think you should be okay with the super effective Shadow Claws here. They're just trying to commit to the fast move down. And I guess that makes sense when you have a shield. So try to commit to the fast move down, get the Hydro off, and you claw it out before they Fairy Wind you out. Okay, last matchup here. Excadrill, Shadow Excadrill. How spicy. Mud slaps Shadow Excadrill. What is happening? They tried to catch on Jellicent and absolute punish here. Not an absolute punish because Surf will still chip, but Hex and Shadow Ball resisted. Sucker Punch super effective. Gonna get to the Trailblaze. Gonna take a second move. Wow, this is actually gonna do quite a lot of chip. Yeah, gonna shield because the Surf would put you in the deep red here. Loaded with energy at 100 energy right now. Getting the first Trailblaze off. If they shield, you get a second one off. But I think that, yeah, I think they've done their job. Poliwrath comes in. Going to throw the Swift, assuming that they're going to be scared here. And they are. And can we get to a Trailblaze? We can. So this is either going to grab the second shield or do a ton of damage here. Does grab the second shield. Clodsire should come in here, take the resisted counters. Yes, that'll have Scald maybe or Icy Wind. Both super effective. Not Scald. Could I have Scald? I forget what the water move is on this Pokemon. It's been a while. They try to catch on Excadrill, and they are catching a super effective Earthquake. So down it goes with energy. Instant swap into the feraligatr, hoping that double Hydro with some claws is enough to take it out from this range. So here comes the first Hydro. Here comes the spinning game here. And I'm guessing they just legged out because that's what happens when you spin like that. When you freeze like that, that's what happens. Your opponent legs out and you just commit to the claw down because you do not throw a move because there's a potential to. There's 13 seconds left in this matchup. What is happening? Why is there a 10-second matchup here? Okay. It's like, I didn't edit it because this was sent to me. He sent it to me already edited. So the matchups were edited. I didn't need to cut the front end and back end like I do in most of my matchups. So it was just edited all in a row. So I just like sped it up to 1.5 speed and dropped it in. So when I saw 10 seconds left, I'm like, okay, this is over. But 10-second matchup at the ending there, just for fun. Okay, well, thanks for this mission. Yeah, like there's a couple of core breakers like Greninja and stuff, but I'm not too concerned with that. I think the team is spammy enough and has a lot of strengths. Is Sludge Bomb still? Let me just check the PvP Poke rankings. Yeah, Sludge Bomb is the #1. Or Clodsire with Sludge Bomb is ranked #2, and Clodsire with Stone Edge is ranked #15. Both have play. I think if you're going to use Clodsire, you have Furret as a safe swap, so if Clodsire is not a safe swap on this team, you can use Clodsire as a safe swap, but I would run it with Stone Edge if you were going to run, because if you get into like a Corviknight and don't have Stone Edge, you have nothing to throw at it. So I would, if you're going to use it as a safe swap, use Stone Edge even though it's ranked lower, but otherwise Sludge Bomb or Stone Edge work depending on how you want to cover your team. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for this mission. We'll keep the Great League train going this week. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.